I want to tell you a story, and after telling you this story, and you still feel the need to give up, then listen to the story again. There was a man in the 1960s. He was traveling with his family, the mother and the sister. They were in the same plane, boarded from London to New York. So on their way to New York, the plane crashed. Where the plane crashed was where nobody was living, on top of a rock, beside water, beside an ocean. So immediately the plane crashed, the mother and the sister died instantly, and some other people that died instantly. When that plane crashed, he survived with his injuries, and some of the people in the plane survived with their injuries. But some people, most people died. When that thing happened, they saw that they had no hope, they had nothing to eat and everything. Not even that the plane crashed where people will see them. The plane crashed in an outskirts of the world. When they saw that there was no hope, they were like, what are we going to do? Us that we are alive, what are we going to do? What are we going to eat and all that? Should we eat the dead bodies? What are we going to do to survive? They were contemplating. Some people said, let's start eating those dead bodies. And the man was like, no. Instead of me to eat my mother and my sister, let me go, because if I stay here, I will die. If I also go, I might die on the way. But the thing there is that let me keep going, let me not give up. If death catch me on the way, no problem, but I will not eat my sister and my mother. They climbed on top of a hill. They climbed on top of a hill. When they were climbing, they thought it was close. They just started trekking. They climbed with their injury. They climbed on top of a hill. After climbing the top of a hill, they came down again, still climbed up again. They were looking for help. They were looking for where to see people. So when they climbed the third hill, they got to a river. They got to that place. They saw that they got an instinct that someone has been there before. Before you know it, they saw a truck. Then when they saw the truck, they saw the man that was driving the truck close to the river. So they were like, help us. We are just coming from a plane crash. The man was like, who are you? The man wrote on a stone, threw it to them across the river and said, who are you and what do you want me to do for you? They now wrote back and threw to the man and said, we just survived a plane crash. Some people are dead. Why we are just trying to find help. The man said, okay. Then the man now helped them. They now got to the city and carried an helicopter to go to that place. Those people where they carried those people that survived, that weren't able to move. Someone that survived a plane crash trekked from down the hill to up the hill, even more than 3 times. They didn't give up till they found help. So you are okay. Why would you give up? Why would you give up? When someone that survived a plane crash, not that he was treated with the injury, he still went up the hill, down the hill, up the hill again till he found help. So why would you give up? Why would you give up?